Hi. In today's session, we're going to learn how to attempt a question on the marketing mix. Marketing mix, the blend of four marketing variables, product, price, place, and promotion, is basically the brainchild of McCarthy. And needless to say, this happens to be one of the most important topics as far as our CIE curriculum is concerned, and it is highly relevant to multiple components. And we should all know how to compose a suitable answer, keeping in view the information provided in the case study or otherwise. To start off with, right in the first paragraph, we need to define the key term, which happens to be the marketing mix in this case. And like I just mentioned, it is the blend, it is a combination of four marketing variables. You will name these four variables: product, price, place, and promotion. And if the question is based on a case study, then obviously the procedure is, or the recommended methodology is, that right in the first paragraph, you need to define the key term, give the background, and identify the problem also, right? So that'll be your first paragraph. In paragraph number 2, we need to focus on the first P, which happens to be the product. So you see, when you are attempting a question on marketing mix, you're required to highlight specific features of that particular product. Let's suppose you need to recommend a marketing mix for a cell phone, or it's a restaurant, or maybe it's a firm, it's a business that is producing clothes, or it's a car manufacturer, or they're dealing in electronics. You're required to highlight the specific features of that particular product. So if it's a cell phone, the discussion will revolve around multiple relevant features: the memory, the camera, the music system, so on and so forth. If it's a car, it has to be with reference to a motor vehicle, the kind of engine, the size of the car, you know, its performance in terms of consumption of oil, comfort, etc. So you need to refer to that particular product or business. If it's a restaurant, you're supposed to discuss the menu, suggest, recommend, and give reasons for this, for your suggestions as usual. So yes, the first P, that is product, it demands that there has to be something about packaging also. There are some analysts who suggest or who believe that maybe packaging should be discussed as a separate P. But in my humble opinion, it is more suitable, it is more appropriate for us to discuss packaging as a part of product. Otherwise, it's up to you. So as far as packaging goes, again, we have to keep in mind that application is crucial here. Discuss packaging if it is relevant. If you're discussing a car, then there's no need to discuss packaging. But if it is a food item, or it is glassware or something else, packaging needs to be discussed. Again, suggest the kind of packaging that suits that particular product. Do you feel such packaging material should be used that enhances the shelf life? Or do you feel the manufacturer is supposed to use shock absorbing material, thermopore or something, so on and so forth? And do not forget the purposes that packaging is supposed to serve. The main purposes or main functions performed by packaging obviously would be protection. It is supposed to protect the product inside. Safety is important. Promotion. Packaging is supposed to act like a tool to attract the target audience. It is a good source of information. It tells us about the expiry date, name of the country of origin, instructions, so on and so forth. It adds a touch of convenience to our lifestyle. And let me emphasize that, keeping in view the ongoing situation and the trends, it is suggested that you discuss packaging as a means of preserving the environment also. Such packaging material should be used that can be recycled, so on and so forth. Sustainability is extremely important. Try to somehow establish a link between packaging and sustainability also. Right, so that should be your the first paragraph, or product along with packaging. Then it is followed by price. So we have to keep in mind that price, of course, there are multiple pricing strategies that we can easily discuss and compare. It could be penetration pricing or skimming pricing. You can write something about cost plus pricing or competitive pricing, but you guys need to keep in mind that it is extremely important that we discuss the price elasticity of demand first. You see, if data is provided and you are in a position to calculate the PED, good for us. Let's suppose the demand is elastic, then we can easily recommend that the manufacturer is advised to set a low price or use penetration pricing, because the demand is elastic and a slight decrease in price will lead to a more than proportionate increase in demand. But whatever the situation is, it is crucial, it is critical that we discuss PED first. If you are in a position to calculate it, or if the data is given, we can simply comment on it. But even if that's not provided, even if that information is not provided, it is still advisable that we refer to PED. If we don't have the information, of course, the manufacturer does. So straight away, you will discuss PED, show the relevance of this calculation to the price that they set, and then suggest a suitable pricing strategy. Always try to justify your comments. It's very important, especially in analysis-based questions. It is very important to justify your comments and give reasons. Find the answer to why and how. And in evaluation-based questions, it is equally important to focus on however also, the drawbacks also. So, yeah, penetration pricing strategy, or if you feel skimming is a better technique in the given situation and you should be targeting the higher income groups, even that can be justified. Or cost plus pricing with a narrower or a wider profit margin. Cost plus pricing is more flexible, so even that can be justified. Or if there's cutthroat competition, then something regarding competitive pricing could be discussed. So whatever the case, whatever the situation is, this paragraph should be a composition of PED first of all, and then suggest a suitable pricing strategy and give reasons for it. Right? So after price, then we need to focus on place. So when it comes to place, the third P, we are required to explain the distribution strategy that a business is supposed to adopt. Place is about distribution and the location of business also. You can suggest a suitable location, whether it should be a metropolitan city and why, whether it should be a remote area if they are in the manufacturing business and there are issues pertaining to dust control, etc. Even that can be justified. So come up with a suitable answer. You see, there are no right and wrong answers as far as the marketing mix is concerned. Within the given parameters, if you can come up with your own answer, you'll be given the credit for it as long as it is logical enough. Right? So yes, suggest a suitable location, a place, and justify it. And then this should be coupled with something regarding the distribution strategy that, in your opinion, will serve the purpose better and will facilitate the business in carrying their products to the right target audience. So when we talk about the target audience, ideally I usually advise my students to suggest a combination of a zero and a single level distribution channel. Zero level obviously suggests that you have your own outlets if you have the resources to do that, and there could be a direct interaction with the customers. And this can be combined with a single level distribution channel in which, in order to serve the customers in the far-flung areas, you can rely on retailers or retail outlets that are owned by others. That's a single level channel. So that's a safe option, irrespective of the kind of product that's under discussion. But again, it's up to you. If somebody wants to bring in wholesalers, even that can be done. But generally speaking, a combination, a blend of zero and single level channels should do the trick. Right? So right after distribution, there's going to be promotion. Promotion, again, try suggesting a combination of above and below the line promotional techniques or strategies. Again, you have to be specific. Avoid generic answers, avoid generalized answers. Application is important, as we all know. So there should be a combination of above and below the line promotion. As far as above the line promotion goes, we need to discuss advertising. Then again, like I just mentioned, be specific. Advertising, what sort of advertising do you think will be more effective in the given situation? Do you think they should rely on billboards or a popular television channel or social media will achieve the objective better? So any kind of advertising that you deem fit that seems to be relevant to that particular business situation or product, that should be discussed. And this should be combined with some below the line promotion. Again, in below the line promotion, try to recommend incentives that are relevant to that product. Obviously, in case of a car, writing that that buy one get one free could prove to be highly effective here. Obviously, that will ruin your answer, and definitely not recommended in case of a car. Yes, if it is a cheaper product, you can safely discuss buy one get one free option, or after sales service, warranties, free replacement of parts, so on and so forth. Maybe if it's a cell phone, a free connection could be a good example of a below the line promotional technique. So just try to select something that is logical, that is rational, that makes sense, and it is relevant to the given business situation. So you should discuss a combination of these above and below the line promotional methods, and that'll be your P number 4. Okay, here I would like to highlight something. 4Ps, or McCarthy's marketing mix, it happens to be the genuine, traditional, conventional marketing mix, still in practice and still considered to be the actual marketing mix. Having said that, there are certain social scientists, the new generation of social scientists, who are of the opinion that in the years to come, these 4Ps are going to be replaced, or they're going to be substituted by something that I call the 4Cs. You can say 4Cs is an improved version, it's an improved version of the 4Ps. But like I said, 4Ps is still the general marketing mix. If you are attempting a question marketing mix, I would like you to discuss 4Ps in detail. But maybe in the concluding paragraph, or somewhere during the discussion, or in the introductory paragraph, it will only add to the quality of the answer if you refer to the 4Cs also. Maybe, in a few years' time, 4Cs, like all of these social scientists are suggesting, might replace the 4Ps. Though currently, 4Ps, or McCarthy's marketing mix, it is still regarded as, like I just said, the general marketing mix. But no harm in mentioning the 4Cs in your answer in an essay type question. So, 4Cs, they certainly correlate with the 4Ps. So instead of product, these people are suggesting we should start using the word customer. So instead of P1, they're saying, in the years to come, we'll be seeing C1. C1 is customer. So, there's some justification to it also, that by mentioning the word customer, basically you are enhancing the ability of a business to achieve the goal of market orientation, right? Or to achieve the goal of customer orientation. So by mentioning the word customer, we are just sending the message out that our business, our firm, all our activities, they revolve around the customer and satisfying the target audience. That's our primary objective. So we are living in an age of market orientation or customer orientation, so that makes a lot of sense. So after customer or after product, P2 is price, like we just discussed. Instead of price, they're suggesting C2 should be cost. So, they're trying to emphasize that it is the primary responsibility of a manufacturer, of a business, to control their cost of production. It is important for them to control their cost of production and adopt every possible measure to accomplish this, by possibly negotiating with the suppliers or spending on research and development and coming up with products that are cheaper, using cheaper raw material without compromising quality standards. So once you are successful in reducing the cost of production, the advantages, the benefits could be passed on to the end user in the shape of lower prices. Because we have to keep in mind, it is quite evident also, that the primary objective behind this proposed concept of 4Cs is to satisfy the customers. It quite clearly revolves around the customer, the end user. So when you reduce the cost of production, the purpose is not to maximize profit, but to pass the benefits on to the end user in the shape of lower prices. The customer will be the ultimate beneficiary here. So this is followed by place, and instead of place, they recommend the third C, which is convenience. So the logic over here is that by mentioning the word place, we are confining our customers to a place in the literal or the physical sense. You know, when we use the word place, we appear to be suggesting that if a customer wishes to buy something, he has to go all the way to a place to buy it. He has to visit a marketplace to buy it, go through the hassle of doing all of that. But as we all know, in the current situation also, there are multiple options available to the customers. If they wish to visit a marketplace, they're most welcome to do that if they enjoy doing that. But there are other options. There's online shopping. You can place an order online and the product can be delivered conveniently at your doorstep. You can go through the catalogs, make the payment through credit cards, etc. So multiple options should be available. So convenience is the key word here. Convenience as per customer. Customer convenience for the customer, for the end user. Right? That has to be ensured, that has to be guaranteed. Right? And finally, instead of promotion, communication is the recommended term. So basically the major difference between promotion and communication is the promotion is one way. Yeah, you can't really have a conversation with a billboard, right? Whereas communication is two-way communication. So they're trying to underline the fact that it is important for a business to develop a mechanism through which the customers are in a position to give their feedback to the seller or the manufacturer. So there has to be a two-way communication. And of course, this can be facilitated in multiple ways. Already, businesses, they have started moving in this direction. We see these suggestion boxes everywhere. And we have the option of interacting with the seller or the manufacturer online. There are various troubleshooting services that are available to the customers. We have these toll-free numbers, and it is clearly mentioned on the label. So a lot is being done at present to accomplish this. So basically, this is how the 4 Cs will ultimately replace the 4 Ps, at least in the opinion of all these experts or social scientists, right? So in the end, I would like to add that when you are attempting a question on marketing mix, it's not a difficult one, and I believe it's quite interesting also. You can all come up with your own respective answers. But you have to keep this one factor in mind, that the goal of market orientation must not be compromised. The basic purpose behind the formulation of the marketing mix is that the ability of a business to satisfy the customers or to come up to their expectation, and in other words, achieve the goal of market or customer orientation, they're able to accomplish this. The ability to satisfy the customers should be enhanced. So the marketing mix should be composed in such a manner. Hopefully all of you will find this discussion useful, and you'll be able to come up with a high quality answer next time when you attempt a question on the marketing mix. All right, everyone. So this is it for now. Allah Hafiz.